My name is Janie Adair, and I am here presenting on my liberal arts experience, specifically my core capstone project. I'm in my final semester here at Carroll College, and I'm a double major in business management and marketing and sociology with a criminology concentration. So combined on top of the core classes here at Carroll, a little bit of background is through my business degree, I've obtained practical career skills, and through my sociology degree, I have obtained more social analysis and social awareness. Both two majors can seem very different, but they combined with the core classes, they've created a very impactful foundation on my life. The liberal arts core classes have challenged that division between the two majors and invited a different question for me to ask. Instead, I'm asking how do systems, values, and human lives intersect with organizational choices? So to pick apart this question, I think it's important to note that my business degree has allowed me to see what happens within an organization in order to generate revenue and income. And through my sociology degree, it has allowed me to look deeply into systems and how they directly impact humans. I've also received the opportunity to look at data and do data analysis over the last 4 years here at Carroll, both in the business world and in the social world, which has provided a great background. So along with that question, in general, the core classes that I've taken allow me to ask better questions. Instead of only asking if something works or how something works, I'm instead asking who benefits from these decisions, who could be harmed from these decisions, and what social systems shape the outcomes that we are looking at. The tangible outcomes that we see in a day-to-day life, we can look at the social systems that make up those outcomes. And I think it's very important to challenge those ideas and challenge that kind of thinking with better questions. So in my core classes, I took 2 classes in philosophy and theology. One of the most impactful classes for me was my ethics class in philosophy. Not only did it create a foundation for thought, but it also allowed me to relate to historical contexts from hundreds and hundreds of years ago and apply them to modern day situations and modern day thinking, which is extremely important in how we learn in general. My theology classes also let me look at historical contexts and apply them to modern day thinking, both on a personal level and on a social level. I could apply this way of thinking in my own life, and I could see how other people thought based off of their religious beliefs and their religious connection. So a little bit about my sociology degree is that combined directly with the core capstone required classes, it sharpened my analysis of power, inequality, and institutions. My business degree has directly translated into feasible intervention ideas revolving around organizational design, policy, and entrepreneurial models that aim for measurable change interculturally. So basically what this is saying is that from an entrepreneurial standpoint, the design and policy that correlates and builds these businesses that tangibly create money and revenue are built off of specific designs and policies that can also better help people. And I think it's important to note that every choice we make, both in the business world, affects people socially. And without my core capstone classes, it would have been more difficult for me to see this correlation. It created a better foundation of thinking. So more about the business side of things is from a career standpoint, it has allowed me to look into corporate leadership, nonprofit management, public policy, combined with strategic thinking and civic responsibility. So from a career standpoint, specifically nonprofit, here at Carroll College, I was given the opportunity to do an internship with United Way here in Helena, and I got to work alongside people who genuinely care about their community and have turned it into a career. These are opportunities you don't tend to have at normal non-liberal arts colleges, and I greatly appreciated the opportunity to reflect on my community here in Helena, Montana. It's also made me think about my career with a purpose, the way my career is going to affect other people in the real world, and thinking about business models that are both successful and can benefit society mutually. It's also helped me move from diagnosis to implementation. So instead of seeing the issues and the problems that are wrong, it's teaching me how to implement these things in a real world. It's also allowed me to use organizational tools to scale solutions informed by sociological insight. So organizations are built off of people, and from a sociological standpoint, it has allowed me to see how these things play into the real world and can affect genuine change publicly. A part of my future ambitions from my now learned humanitarian perspectives is that in a controversial world, we can learn to find compromise and agreement. From so many perspectives, here at Carroll, we have international students, we have athletes, students, teachers, nurses, doctors. Everyone can find compromise and find agreement about very controversial subjects socially. And I genuinely got to receive this firsthand here at Carroll. Also, the extracurricular events that Carroll holds are some of the most impactful, educational, relatable events I've ever seen on campus. The panels that they have weekly here, Spring Fever, all the events they host here at Carroll allow you to come together with your community here and genuinely relate with everyone. The extra foundational supplemental courses also have provided a foundation both personally and professionally that I can take home and use in the real world experiences, and I genuinely appreciate the opportunity here at Carroll College.